I'd like to say a big welcome back to this 2021 school year here at North Boone. For those of you who don't know, my name is Mr. Hubert. I'm the principal here at North Boone High School. I've been here for 14 years, proudly serving the North Boone communities. And while this year we're starting off quite a bit different, and probably our year is going to be quite a bit different, that doesn't mean that it has to be bad. I know the staff here at North Boone have been preparing all summer long to try to serve the students and provide a solid education. And we're going to do our best to communicate, to coordinate, and to make this year as successful as we possibly can. It really truly is going to be what we make of it. We want to work together as a team and continue to provide a solid education. And we're going to take you through this video to show you exactly how we're going to do that this year. I'd like to begin by introducing this year's new staff. We have Mr. Ekman, who's the new assistant principal here at the high school. We have Mrs. Fligler, a high school counselor. Mrs. Kuhn is the high school social worker. We have Mr. Edding, who is a special education here at North Boone. Miss Hallam, who is a new mathematics teacher. Mrs. Rokita, a new English language arts teacher. And we have back with us Mrs. Ruiz Hernandez, a returning ESL paraprofessional. For a list of other staff, please go to the high school website and you can check out the staff contacts tab. Now, turning it over to Mr. Ekman.
Hello, my name is Mr. Ekman. I am the assistant principal at North Boone High School, and I am excited to be here. When people ask me how I feel about schools being closed, I always tell them, schools are not closed right now. We are just offering school in a different way that we have in the past. We still have the opportunities to build great relationships. We have the opportunities for high level of student achievement, and we have high level of engagement. One of the things that we ask of everybody during this time is that we're patient, we're committed, we're kind, we're flexible, and we're understanding. The most important thing to know is that we're all here together and we're all here to help each other. I wish you a great year, and the information that you learned today is going to be helpful as we navigate the 2020-2021 school year.
A big thank you to Mr. Ekman for that introduction. We would like to share we have a theme for the 2020-2021 school year, and that is to be successful, we must work together to find the balance of what is to be. This is going to be new territory for us all, and I want you to understand it's going to be a matter of making adjustments, and the only way we can do that is to work together. As mentioned previously, due to the pandemic, the 2020-2021 school year is not going to be our traditional start to the school year. I want you to understand it's not going to be the same as what we experienced in the spring either. There's been a lot of time and planning, a lot of coordination and collaboration put in place by the staff, with input from families as well. We've looked up a number of ways to be able to better serve our students through this time, and we want to assure you we are trying everything we can to give you the best possible experience at North Boone this year.
We will be following an ABC schedule at North Boone High School. Students will need to be online participating in their classes using this schedule. Please notice you will be having each class 2 times a week instead of every day. It is very important for students to participate in class every day. Your teachers will provide you with more specific information about each class by the end of the day on Friday, September 4th. When you have a 5-day week, students will not be attending formal class on Wednesday. This is also called C-Day. This time will be available for you to work on your schoolwork, make appointments with teachers for additional help, or also make appointments for other school officials such as your school counselor. One way to help following the schedule is to use an app called School Chime. This will allow you to use your phone or tablet as a bell system. On this slide is a link to our ABC Day calendar. This has every day for the first quarter marked as an A day, a B day, or a C day. This will be posted on the North Boone High School website, and obviously it is a link on this presentation. So just keep this for your reference throughout the quarter so you always know which classes to go to on what day. All North Boone High School students will receive a Chromebook to use during their time as a student at North Boone High School. Pickup will be this week on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Students should come to the main entrance of North Boone High School, and we will operate in a drive-through method where someone will come out to your car and bring your Chromebook, your agenda, and the one-to-one computing handbook to you. Students and parents are not able to enter the building. Additionally, if you have other resources that are not available online, these resources will be given to you during Chromebook and material pickup. This is the schedule that we will be following for Chromebook and materials pickup. Please make every effort to follow this schedule so that we can make sure students are safe and also that it is efficient. If you are absolutely not able to follow this schedule, please contact our office to make other arrangements. That phone number is 815-765-3311. That number again is 815-765-3311.
If North Boone High School needs to get mass amounts of materials out to students in the future, we will be using North Boone Transportation to get materials out to students. Those materials will be delivered to each student's bus stop. If a student drives and is uncertain of what their current bus stop is, please contact North Boone Transportation to determine where you will pick those materials up. The staff will communicate the dates and times of future material distribution to both students and families. North Boone will be requiring lunches during student attendance days. Those school lunches will be requested through a link on the district website. It will be requested at the beginning of the week for the entire week. All meals will be delivered to the student's assigned bus stop. All lunches will consist of an entree with microwave heating instructions when necessary, a fruit, a juice, a vegetable, and a choice of chocolate or white milk. All meals will be claimed according to your student's meal status, which means if you pay for a meal, you will need to have money on your account. You may update your student's account by depositing money onto the account through our eFunds link on the district website. If there are questions or concerns about your student's schedule, the counseling office will be working with new students the week prior to school. That's 8:31 through 9:4. The first week of attendance, the counseling office will be entertaining questions and concerns about returning students for the first semester only. We ask that you please be patient. Please contact the counselors by email. If your last name begins with letters A through L, please contact Mrs. Fligler. If your last name begins with M through Z, please contact Mrs. Nilsson. Anything that's a change away from a class you have originally requested, you will have a fee assessed to the change. Again, we will only be entertaining schedule request changes within the first week. Many families and students are wondering how students are going to know to get into their class for the first time on Tuesday, September 8th. We ask again that you look to see when your first class begins for the day. Teachers will be sending out invitations by 9/4 to the students to join the Google Classroom. The link to join Google Class Meets will be given through the Google Classroom the teachers establish. They will also be sharing out introductory videos and course information, as well as that first day of each class going over procedures for the class. On 9/8/99, teachers will be reviewing specific questions students have and going over expectations. Please be patient, and if you have questions, feel free to reach out and send emails about anything the teacher does not cover after those first 2 days of school. Again, students will join the class using Google Meets provided through the Google Classroom. Attendance will be taken within the first 5 minutes of class, as has occurred during traditional learning. Time will be built into each class period for students to practice skills and concepts and ask questions. Students may be expected to perform pre-class work or watch a video outside of class time to be prepared to come to class to practice and apply new concepts. Students will be expected to turn assignments in and meet all deadlines for assignments and assessments. If students need to get extra help outside of class time, staff will have scheduled office hours for students to receive extra help on Wednesday mornings from 8:30 to 11:20. Teachers will also be working their regular school day. Please don't be afraid to reach out to set up some time to get help from a teacher when you need that help. Please plan to do so ahead of time. If you try to contact a teacher outside of a scheduled class or office hour time, do not expect an immediate response. Teachers will be trying to address all questions within one business day.
During the first couple days of school, just like in a traditional setting, your teachers are going to go over rules, expectations, classroom policies with you at that time. However, I do want to take a couple minutes and go over some of our expectations regarding Google Meet with students, because this is the predominant method that we're going to be using for instruction during the first quarter. First of all, please don't ever take a picture or record without permission from the class and the teacher. Mute your mic when you are not speaking to the entire class, so that the rest of the group does not hear background noise and does not hear fidgeting and things going on that you don't want the class to hear. We want to see your face during Google Meets whenever possible, but we understand because of bandwidth and because of other situations that someone might not be comfortable with, that there are times where you don't want to be on video or can't be on video. So again, we understand that sometimes that happens, but whenever possible, please be on your camera. The meeting link is to be kept private, so please don't forward that meeting link or share it with anybody. That meeting link is to the class. Just like in a regular classroom, we wouldn't want students to walk into that class. It's the same with the Google Meet who aren't in that class. All comments that are made in the chat should be positive and productive. Please use the chat and the virtual environment just as you would in a traditional class. So in other words, ask questions, whether you type it in the chat or you raise your hand and your teacher calls on you. But please use this environment to participate in class discussion and ask questions and share your thoughts. That's what's going to make these classes meaningful, is engagement and contributions by students. Please, this goes without saying, use appropriate language at all times. Understand that everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Just like in class, you can disagree with somebody, but you need to do that in a respectful manner. And you also want to make sure that you're not being critical of the person, you're being critical of the idea. When someone is speaking, give them your full attention. We want you to dress appropriately for a Google Meet. So if it's something you wouldn't wear to school, don't wear it in a Google Meet. We want to make sure there aren't shirts with inappropriate language or inappropriate symbols. And finally, this is just a housekeeping task or a housekeeping principle. If there's already the same question that you're going to ask in the chat, if it's already listed, please don't do it. Please don't include it again. That's just going to make the class more efficient if there's only a question asked one time.
North Boone will be using its traditional grading scale of A, B, C, F for this semester's grade reporting. We will not be having semester exams So we will be using 50% of the first quarter and 50% of the second quarter to make up the weights of the semester grade. Each teacher may have a little bit different breakdown of how assessments in their class work, such as tests, quizzes, homeworks, projects, and other. Please don't be afraid to ask your teacher about how that breaks down. Also, if you have questions about a specific assessment, please feel free to reach out to the teacher, but do so in a time that allows you to meet deadline for assessments.
To talk with you about what you need to do if you're having short-term internet connections or if you don't have internet connection at all. First of all, if you're having a short-term internet connection issue, please try to turn off your Chromebook and restart it. If this doesn't work and you're not able to attend class because you cannot connect for that class period, please either email your teacher, or if you're not able to email your teacher, please call our main office and we will let your teacher know. If you are not able to access the internet at all, please contact me using the phone number and email address on this slide, and I will work with you so that we can find a solution. Again, if you do not have internet access, please contact me using the phone number and email address on this slide so that I can work with you so that we can come up with a solution. We don't want to wait on that. If you need to have your student account reset, please contact Mrs. Plath using her email address on this slide. And if you are experiencing an issue with a website, an app that a teacher provided, or a teacher provided resource, please contact your teacher and your teacher will help you through it. And if necessary, your teacher will send a technology request to our district technology team. Next, we're going to talk about troubleshooting Chromebook issues. So the first step is, if you're having Chromebook issues, please restart your Chromebook. If that does not work, please contact Mrs. Plath, our high school library assistant, using her email address or telephone number that are on this slide. And if necessary, we will arrange a time for you to exchange your Chromebook for a loaner, and we will repair your Chromebook, and once it is repaired, we will return it to you or contact you on how you can pick it up. But if you're having Chromebook issues, please don't wait. Contact us right away so that we can help you. If you are struggling in a class, please do not hesitate to contact your teacher for help. Do not wait thinking things are going to get better. They typically do not get better and get worse. Do not feel that you are bothering your teacher by asking for help. Just like you would in a traditional classroom, reach out to your teacher for help. We are all in this together.
As would happen traditionally, if your student is going to be absent for all or part of the e-learning day, please contact Mrs. Johnson by calling 815-765-3311, or contact her by email by emailing to mjohnson@nbcusd.org. Thank you. Once again, while this is not what we're used to, we can choose to make the best of it. If you do have some social-emotional needs, the student support services at North Boone High School are still available. Please do not be afraid to reach out and ask for some assistance. As long as we keep open communication, there is nothing we cannot work through together. Education will provide a solid foundation for your future. Make the most of the opportunities provided through your education, and let's have a great year, North Boone.